walking us through how we'll be performing all our research through this platform. This is definitely a very good chance for us to clarify all our doubts and all the questions you have. Please feel free to convey them to Rajesh so that he can clarify on this session. Over to you, Rajesh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Trupti, and good evening, everybody. My name is Rajesh Rana. I'm the trainer over at SCC Online, and along with me, I have my colleague with me, Mr. Chetan Singhil. So together we'll be giving you showing the features, all the features that are there in the SCC Online. So first of all, I'll just share my. So kindly confirm whether you're able to view my screen, that is SCC Online homepage.
Yes, we can.
Great. So what we have over here is the login area whereby you will be able to log in. Before that, I'll just quickly run through the apart from that, we also have the high courts, all the high courts, then tribunals, various other databases comprising of federal courts and privy council from 1872 till 1950. Then we have some important judgments from select few from district court. Then historical courts, we have pre-independence, those are also available. Tribunals and commissions, including the ITAT and APTEL and TRI and CCI, etc. All of the tribunals and commissions are available. Then statutory material, we have segmented it in two parts, that is primary and secondary legislation. So in the primary, you will find all the central acts and state acts, as well as rules, regulations, notifications, circulars, and of course the bills in parliament and constitutional orders. Secondary material, we have primarily the entire constituent assembly debates and various reports of commissions and committees, including the law commission reports, as well as legal articles from leading publishers, as well as leading national law universities and institutions of repute. And we have treaties, bilateral, multilateral, and historical trials. Followed by that, policy documents from various ministries, departments, and Tagore Law lectures, the entire series. I think that's what you have subscribed to as far as the Indian case law is concerned. Now, coming to the login area, you'll need to enter your ID and password over here, right? So first you need to enter the credentials, and you'll click on the login now button to get access to all the databases that we have just discussed. In this, you will find the first main screen that you'll find is known as SCC Online Dashboard, which comprises of three sections, that is Research Plus, My Library, and Links. Most of the time, we'll be doing our research through the Research Plus section, where we'll be in the form of a query, in the form of maybe an act or a section, or by a party name or a citation. You can use this section of Research Plus. My Library, as the name suggests, is just like an e-library, as you have a physical library in your office. Same way, we have an e-library. So under those topics, titles, you can click and view the documents. Nothing to, no input from the keyboard, basically, most of the time in this segment. And the third one, the links. As the name suggests, it gives us some links to the external websites we have tied up with Singapore, Lawnet, Hein Online, USA, and our own microblogging site, etc. So our primary focus will be on these two sections, that is Research Plus and My Library. When we go to the Research Plus section, there you will find word search as the first tile over here. And when you click on that, you will get it will pick out the word search or the query that I'm looking for. So suppose if I'm looking for judgments on, say, consumer protection. So what I'll do is I'll enter that over here and I can start the search. Now what happens over here is that it will give me judgments on consumer protection, but there will be case laws where consumer and protection is being mentioned in two different paragraphs. I don't want that. I want them as a single word or a phrase. So what I'll do is I'll put it in double inverted commas, consumer protection. That way it will search in the entire judgments documents for this phrase that is known as consumer protection. Now, the next screen that you'll see over here is comprising of three columns. The three column standard display format will be available to you, whether you do a word search or a party name search or a citation search, whatever way you search, the final result screen will look like this. The first one, the first column will show the all results, which comprises of our USP, that is the digest note, the summary part. Followed by that, you have the judgments. Now, in the judgments, if you want further to know Supreme Court, how many high courts, and the bifurcation is available. And similarly, we have the acts, bills, the rules, etc. So wherever this consumer protection is being discussed in all the databases, that is being displayed over here. And the total sum is 16,710. And the second column, I get to see the result list. Of course, it's showing me the Supreme Court judgment title over here, followed by a small gist and the citation, the party name, as well as the judgment date. Same goes the case with the second, third, and so on and so forth. Now, the third column will have the display. It will display the text of the first among the result list, right? Now, from here, I wanted only Supreme Court because this is a mix of all the databases that I'm seeing the result list of in second column. So I'll just expand this judgments portion, move my cursor to the database I want to only filter out. So in this case, Supreme Court. So only is following every database I go, I point the mouse. So I'll click on this only while at Supreme Court. So it will deselect the rest of the databases and only filter out Supreme Court for me. Now from here, if I want to arrange it, chronologically latest first, so I'll use this sort by option here, whereby I can sort chronological oldest, latest, or maybe at times quorum strength wise, largest or smallest first. So I'll click on the latest first, and thereby it will arrange the latest one, that is of 4th of May 21. That is the Supreme Court judgment that I can see over here. So filtering and sorting is what I have done. Now, again, if I have the query further, the query was like I want to know the judgments where there has been a claim of compensation due to deficiency of service. Now, again, I can enter that entire query over here and start the search. But what I would typically do is I'll break it into main keywords or parts. So I have three over here. Like first is the consumer protection. The second one is the claiming of compensation due to deficiency of service. So three major things will be consumer protection, then it will be maybe deficiency of service and compensation. So first one, I'll just repeat as it is. I'll go to start search. I'm breaking it to parts, main keywords. And why I'm doing so is that it becomes easier for me to further search within these 16,000 only. Now what I'll do is I'll use the search within search results option, which is just below this SCC Online logo. So over here, I'll just simply say go for deficiency of service. Again, this one being a phrase, I'll just put it in double inverted commas again. So what it will do is it will search within these 16,000 and narrow it down to 4866. From here, I am looking for one compensation. So further, again, in the search within search results, I have typed the third step, and thereby, as you can see, the thread over here on top says first 16,710, then narrow down to 4866, and then narrow down to 3422. This way I can narrow it down up to 6 levels. And the best part about breaking into these steps is that at times if you have any modification to do, you need not go through the entire query. You can simply take out the modified step you want to modify. You can just remove it by clicking on the cross button over here. And then the modified step can be, retyped in the search within search results. It will retain the rest of the two steps for you, and thereby you will be able to modify it partially. Now, coming back to the dashboard, by clicking on these 3 lines on top, you can see over here, known as dashboard. From any screen, you click on that and you're back to the dashboard. So this was a basic search or a simple search that we had as far as the word search is concerned. Similarly, we also at times we have a very what you call descriptive query or a lengthy query. Again, the focus should be only on the main keywords over here and not enter the entire sentence, because that way it will search for the exact match in SCC, and therefore you might miss out on some judgments. So there will be one example I have on this is that I'm looking for a judgment. This was a recent judgment where there are quite some judgments on this. So let me tell you that spatial law prevails over general law, or at times it's also mentioned as spatial law will override general law, something like that. So if I want to search for these kind of queries, I'll again pinpoint the main words over here, that is spatial law and general law. And of course, these being phrases, I'll put them in double inverted commas, right? So I have reduced this sentence to main 2 keywords. We can make up to 3, or ideally it should be 2 to 3 or maximum 4 keywords out of a descriptive query. I can start the search. Now, what happens over here is that in between, because I want to, they should form a part of the sentence. So what I'll do is I'll use one operator over here, which is known as near. Now, capital locks, you can see the near is there. What does it do? It will search for these 2 correlating words in a nearby vicinity, or you can say it's like a proximity search. So it will search within how many words it will search. If you scroll down this screen over here, it says Boolean near setting means 10 words. So it's a Boolean operator and it has a range of 10, but default, but you can increase it to 20 also, or reduce it to less than 10 also. From here, I'll just click on the search button, and now it will give me judgments not only from the Supreme Court, from the High Court also, and maybe from the Privy Council and District Court, and there is one on support from District Court also, and foreign cases, etc. also. So you can see the first digest note that is available over here. It's mentioned applicability of when subsequent general law can prevail over prior special law. So even if I had entered the no exact sentence like general law can prevail over special law, this prior special law, it might have got skipped. So this is the proximity search that you can use in these descriptive kind of queries. Identify the main keywords and then put them and put the near operator in between. Now we have another query over here. Just give me a sec. Sorry. So similarly, if I have a query like where I have to search for the synonyms, like similar meaning words. So I'll give you one example over here, that there was a question over whether a Xerox or a photocopy or sometimes photostat, they're one and the same thing. Are they they're permitted or they're admitted? Is there admissibility no possible in the court of law? So to search for that, what I'll do is these synonyms I can search simultaneously over here. So if I type Xerox, that was the first one, then photocopy, second one, and then it could be also photostat. All these 3 are there, and as you can see there, somebody's already searched for it, so it is giving me a suggestion. We can pick this also. So what it will do is it will search for Xerox, either of, I mean, internally the software will search 3 times For Xerox, first time photocopy or photostat. And the fourth time it will be a combination of any of those. If I had searched for without or operator, what would have happened? It would have given me only and only those judgments or documents where all the three types were being discussed, not any either of these. So therefore, I'll use this near or operator. And again, a combination of near and or can be done over here. As you can see, after this near, it is mentioned admit or admissible. Now this admit is constant. After that, there is a star. So what it will do is it will search for admitted, admitting, admit as well. I mean, the extensions it will take care of, and either admissible, admissibility, and things like that. So this star works like that. And of course, we have put the brackets, which is just like your board mass studied earlier in our school days. So it will just first resolve those, and then the finally the near operator. And then let's start the search and see the results. So this way you can use the or operator over here. And as you can see over here, the digest note, Shalimar Chemical Works versus Surendra over here, it's mentioned that admitting photocopy subject to objection of proof and as admissibility. Held photocopy should have been rejected in the beginning itself, having admitted a photocopy and then dismissing apparent plaintiff's suit against infringement of trademark was a wrong procedure. So this is how it works, the OR operator. Then coming to another operator in this, apart from near and OR, is not. Now, not is used when you want to keep away some results among the result list. You know, once I'm looking for judgments on, say, but I don't want the ones on medical negligence. So I'll use this not operator, and after not, what all I'm typing will not be included in the results. So it will keep it out of the results, and I can use more than one option. Like I'm looking not also want to include those on motor accident or on say land acquisition. So thereby I can use the not more than once, like in this case, and then click on the search button. Thereby, I'll get judgments on compensation. But these three will not be included. These three topics will not be included. And to cross check, I can just enter in search within search medical and see whether there is any inclusion of medical ones. No, there isn't one. So it has kept them all out of the result list. That's what the not operator will do. Let's move on to the dashboard again, and then there are a few more options over here. Let's go talk about them. First is the last one in the research plus section is the words and phrases. Now, at times you have what you call a legal definition, you can say. You want to know the definition of a particular word or a phrase, legal word or a phrase. So simply you can type it over here in the search area and click on show button. And what will happen over here is it will show me, it will display me the definition defined in the statutory law. Not only that, what it will show me, it will show me more than one definition defined in the Indian case law. That is A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. Then there is another one from Vaman Narayan Ghia versus State of Rajasthan. Then followed by that, there is another one from Deepak Subhash Chandra Mehta versus CBI. All of these judgments, this bail has been defined. And of course, you will also find this square in square brackets Wharton definition also available in the under this words and phrases option. So it's like a legal thesaurus. GST rates, it will give you the tabulated format. The it will prompt you to either enter the HSN code or the product name. And on the basis of that, it will show me the rates of that particular service or a product. Now, coming to the find by topic, it's somewhat similar to word search, but the difference is that you might not type the the query over here. You can simply select from the index itself. The topic list is there available alphabetically ordered. And suppose I go for administrative law. So under administrative law, you can see so many subtopics are there. Like you have administrative action, your judicial review, your legitimate expectation, natural justice, so on and so forth. So if I go for one, like say legitimate expectation on bottom, you will see there are three types of searches that I can perform. By default, it searches only in the digest notes of the Supreme Court. So search in digest note is default selected. But if you want to search for this topic in the entire databases, whether it is High Court or Supreme Court, full text judgment as well, so you can select the search everywhere option, and you can save this search preference for future, uh, searching through this find by topic. This is one way. If I click on the go button, and obviously it will give me the judgments, the digest notes on the legitimate expectations. But there is something more to it. If I go back to the dashboard, go back to the find by topic, there is a search area, or I mean, you can type the topic over here. If you're not able to view one under this, topic tree, what you can do is you can type it over here. And what it will do is it will give you the suggestions. Suppose if I'm looking for one on child custody, so I'll just type that over here and press enter. Sorry, it's typing mistake. And as you can see, it will give me some suggestions. Let me do. So obviously I was thinking that it will come under family and personal law, and it is there. But I can see another topic here, conflict of laws and private international law, where also child custody has been discussed. So it is giving me the topic tree under which act or topic can these topics can appear. So same way, if I look for one on say police force or something like that, I would imagine that it should come under criminal law. But I can see that it's also being discussed under the service law, various state police manual and rules, etc. Then humans and civil rights. Then again in doctrines and maxims, in customs also, as well as of course in criminal law, and one more there in the Armed Forces Act. So you get to know in which all topics or statutes list this can fall as a common one thing. And the best part is here it will show you the topic tree. But if you select any one of those, the results will be, I mean, from the entire databases. It will not be only Bihar Police Manual, but it will take all of the police, what all these titles you saw or the topics you saw, it will show, so give you the results of the entire statute or topic list over here. You search through all of them. Coming back to the dashboard, then we have my favorite, one of my favorite, that is find by party name. Here you have to enter the party name. You have to select the jurisdiction. As far as the jurisdiction is concerned, if you're not sure, you can choose all jurisdiction also. But I'll give you an example of say Supreme Court. So I'll select Supreme Court. After that, what you'll do is you will type out the name of the party over here. So if I'm looking for one on say Karan Singh versus some state, I mean, it's a very unique name though. You get very less results. It's very easy for you to identify. Otherwise, if you have a very common kind of a name, then what you can do is you can give you can type a combination of both appellant and respondent, so that you get a much lesser result list. So it's easy for you to identify the one. So in this case, I'll just show you this one only, like it was Karan Singh versus state of Uttar Pradesh. So I'll just type partially both the names in between a space, blank space in between, no verses and v dot, and click on find case. Thereby it will give me the unique citation for out of it. Now I choose this judgment over here. I'll double click on the citation, and it will now show me the judgment. Not only the judgment, but the law points also associated with it, which have been prepared by our editorial, 34 in all. And in the second column, that is the result list, you can see these couple of labels are there. J, which stands for judgment, 6 stands for the quorum strength. The quorum strength is 6 in this case. Now the second one is D. The label is D, that stands for the digest note or the summary part, and 6 is of course the quorum strength. Now in this, if you scroll down further at point number 6, you see another additional label over here. which is in the form of a red circle and an exclamation mark, that means this particular law point has been overruled. What if there are more than one law point overruled, or if you have some judgments where you have hundreds of law points, you will need to scroll down through the entire list, which takes time. So to make the things quicker, what we'll do is in the search, within search results, we'll type overruled. So what it will do is it will now pull out all those overruled law points and display them in the result list. As you can see, the first one is the judgment. Remember, judgment is not overruled. Only some law points are overruled. So therefore, the judgment stands as it is. Then the second law point and third law point also overruled is mentioned in somewhere in the description, but these law points are not overruled. Now coming to the fourth, fifth, and sixth, these are the ones which are overruled and are clubbed together at one place now. And if I click on this overruled law point over here, you can see UP Police Regulations, Article 19(1)(21), right to privacy. Per majority, this was the opinion, and there was a dissenting opinion. That's also mentioned over here, Justice Subbarao and Justice Shah. And if we scroll down further, it shows in which case law it has been overruled. Majority opinion, and also impliedly distinguished in another the judgments. So these digest notes will also show in which case law this has been overruled. This particular digest note has been overruled. And the another aspect is I want to see the treatment given to this particular judgment, or the judgments which are falling on the similar lines of law. And it has been referred. This particular judgment has been referred. So what has been the treatment given to this judgment? So for that, you'll click on this case reference, third icon in the third column, and a single click will show me the list of all the digest notes and judgments where this particular 1964 case law has been referred or cited or mentioned. As you can see, this 2014 judgment of Mohammed Arif versus Supreme Court, Kharak Singh versus State of UP was mentioned, and minority view held affirmed as law. And another one, majority view had superseded, not good law. Similarly, we go to the other one, that's the 2017 judgment case, Puttaswamy versus Union of India. Again, here it has been referred to. So the different treatments given in different judgments vis-a-vis this particular judgment is also, given over here. Now coming back to the dashboard once again. There is another segment over here where you can search on the basis of a famous case name, which is made famous by the national media. It's a national headline like Sabarimala, Triple Talaq, or Bombay Blast, or Ayodhya, etc. So once you click on that, type that famous case name over here, it will give you a suggestion, and you select the suggestion, you click on find case, it will decode and give you the actual party name in this case. And then similarly, you can open this judgment and read it. So that is how you can find the famous case names. Followed by that, we have the find by citation option. Now in find by citation, you can enter the citation format as there, of course, for SCC. You can see similarly, we have also tied up with various regional journals like MP Law Journal, Maharashtra Law Journal, DRJ for Delhi, etc. So those are there, but as others are also there where we don't have a tie-up like AIR, you can simply type that over here. Like AIR, I have typed, and the moment I do that, it will give me the entire list. I can then select the citation format and of course enter the year and page number and click on get cited. That's as simple as that. This way, it will show you the judgment. As you can see in the digest note, let me move on to the second one. It's published in our journal, that is the SCC, but you can see equivalent citations of AIR, AIC, CUTLT, and Criminal Law Journal. That's how we reached here. And of course, the editorial input, distinguished and so and so judgment, relied on and so and so judgment. That's also mentioned over here. Another aspect over here, which I wanted to show was that in some landmark judgments, we have editorial has done some extra work over there. So this judgment of Supreme Court on Advocates Record Association versus Union of India with SP Gupta versus Union of India pertaining to the appointment transfers of High Court judges. This judgment carries some 500 odd pages of additional input. If you go to any other, maybe the Supreme Court website, you will only article. It will open that in new window. I'll just read it. I'll close it and I'm back to the judgment part. This is all digest notes. Scheme of head notes is coming up. And similarly, then you will see these small paras, and under those paras, there are para numbers mentioned. So that means the gist of para number 43 is here. And if I click on this hyperlink para number, it will jump to the judgment portion of para 433. Similarly, there are more than one para also, put together at times for one small para gist. And this goes on or keeps on going for a few hundred pages. Afterwards, you will see this blue colored highlighted portion, which is the actual summary of argument which happened is as it is. That has also been incorporated over here. And then from page number, I think 504, the actual judgment starts. So this is all extra input or effort from the SCC editorial. Now, the judges' names, which you see over here in case of these judges, 9 judges, the first 5 are in bold hyperlink and the rest are normal. The ones which are in bold are the ones who have authored the judgment. And suppose if I want to read the Justice Verma's portion first, I can click on his name and it will jump to his paragraph or judgment portion from where it starts. And there is a facility of copy paste feature also. Remember, wherever there are head notes embedded or there are true prints which we have, those cannot be copied manually. You will have to use these special functions like before the para number, there is a small icon, notepad icon kind of. If you click on this, a single tick will appear. So you have selected, I mean, it has got selected. Similarly, I go to the next one and I click, and I can keep on selecting multiple paras. Once I do the selection, then I click on this 4th icon over here in the 3rd column known as smart column. So what it will do is it will open these a new window, and these extracted, the selected ones get extracted the paras over here. From here, I can use the manual method of highlighting and copying the portion I want. I can mail it across to myself or my colleague. I can also copy and also paste the entire thing in my Word editor or something like that. This will also show you for each and every para the source, the party name, the citation, equivalent citation, and the page number for each para. So that is the copy paste feature. Let me just close this and move on to the dashboard. We also have this find case law by section portion. Now here, what we have is it's prompting me to enter the act name over here. Say, suppose I'm looking for one on say penal code. I just type it over here, and subsequently it will show me the entire section list over, right? Now I select the one I want to retrieve of, say section 302, punishment for murder. I click on the go button after selection and it will show me the entire judgments and digest notes on that particular section. Now I move back to the dashboard and go to this word search. At times we might be having more than one say act or a section. In that case, what I can do is I can use search option. Like I'm looking for one on Penal Code 420 and Negotiable Instrument Act section 138. So what I'll do is I'll type out both the act and the section, not necessarily the entire act. And in between, only penal I have entered and near 420, and then again near between the other two. I have typed in something like this. So what it will do is it will search for these, of course, nearby in vicinity. And I don't need to worry about whether it is section dot or S dot or SCC dot or SS dot, because being searching these two words being searched nearby, I mean the number and the act itself will talk to each other. Obviously, they'll be pertaining to the section only. So this way I can use the near operator to search for multiple acts and sections at one go. So you can see this digest note where both the acts, both the sections are being discussed. Now coming back to let's move here further. I'll just pull out one judgment from Supreme Court. Okay. Now, as I can see, judgment is appearing. From here, I want to save this judgment. Now, saving here we have a line of icons. I can save the judgment individually by clicking on the save button. I can mail it across. I can print it. Of course, in print, I have both types, that is true print and non-true print. True print will be the exact replica or photo of what you have in the print journal. So it will have this exact matching of the page number, the pagination, the highlighting portion, everything will be, I mean, ditto. So there's a pop-up blocker and unblock it once. I just wanted to show you one glimpse of that, and then followed by that. Just one second. Sorry, I forgot. Always allow done. Click on print. Now this will populate the that true print in front of me. As you can see, this true print will have the exact, it will have photo picture of the print journal, same highlighting, bold, everything will be maintained. Whereas non-true print will be like a computer generated print, so it will not have the same paragraphing, pagination, etc. Now followed by that, I can share this document. It will generate a link by clicking on this link. Now another aspect is if I have to make a, prepare, I want to make a folder first. Under that folder, I want to put all the common, common line judgments or documents. So what I'll do is I'll use this add to my SCC online folder over here. Second icon. The moment I do that, it will prompt me to add in which folder, since I have created the last folder of a law firm. So I'll just change it. By default, it shows my folder. So afterwards, I'll click on new folder at the bottom. This will create a new folder for me. Now in this new folder, it will first prompt me to enter a name. So I'll do that. I'll put the name of your organization. Then click on select folder. So it gets selected. It's being displayed over here. I click on OK. And this document gets stored in that folder. And where is this folder being created and saved? It's being created and saved on the cloud, on the SCC Online server itself. Now I move on to the next judgment. Okay. On the same principle. And again, I click on the add to my SCC Online folder. Folder is already selected. I click on OK. And the second one was also stored. Then I move on to the High Court judgment and also select one of the High Court judgments over here. Once I have the judgment appearing on the third column, I click on the add to my SCC Online folder, click on OK. Similarly, I can have an article, etc., and it will keep on like that, going on like that. After that, I want to retrieve it. So adjacent to the dashboard, there is a icon, My SCC Online. Here you will opt for this My Folders and click on View Folders. So what it will do is the software will now display me all the folders that I've created. And the last one, just now one, which I've created, Algo Legal, is selected. And of course, I see the documents which are being, which are added in this folder. From here, if I want to prepare a case compile that by selecting all the documents, by clicking on the checkbox, all three get selected. Adjacent, there is an action icon over here. And in that, there are a lot of options. You go to the last option known as create case compilation, click on that. And the moment you do that, it will show me that we want to save name. I'll keep it as it is. Then the titles are there. And suppose if I want to, sequence them as per my requirement, I can use these move top, move up, down buttons. Once that is done, then you click on the create button. The moment I click on the create button, what we will see in a moment is the case compilation ready, available to you, which usually if you do it manually will take you an hour or two. Here it will be a matter of minute. And as you can see, it's being prepared in the background, and less than a minute, we have it. The first segment is the table of contents, and it is showing me the title neatly placed over here with the page numbering done automatically by the software. So page number 1, the first document; from page number 2 to 6, the second, 2 to 7, the second one; and from page number 8 to 8 is the last. And here you can enter your notes, what all you want. You want to embed your image of your say law firm. You can use the image icon over here and paste the URL of your website, of your logo rather, and click on OK, and the logo gets embedded over here. You can make the changes. You can make it bold, italic, insert line, delete line. All that stuff is done, is possible over here. And then you click on the save button to save the changes permanently. Moving on to the next segment, apart from the table of contents, the pages 1 to 8. I have clicked on, and thereby I can see on right top corner within the square box, the page numbering has already been done by the software. So page number 1, the first document, and from page number 2 to 7 in continuity, the second document, and immediately after that, in the 8th, next document goes in. Now I use these download arrows, download these. Obviously, they'll get downloaded into your downloads folder. From there, you can take a print and simply present it in the court. So that is the case compilation for you. And not only that, what we can do here is that if I go to the, I go to the compilation. I click on the compilation. From here, as I told you, there are a few more options over here. The most important one is the share folders. So in this case, what you will do is in your organization, you can share folders within your organization, and you can give also rights, whether you want to give a right of view only, or you want to give it of for modify also. So that can be done over here. And there it works, or rather if you're working on some project, so similar judgments you can also share with your associate. And of course, in the action button, you can move or copy one particular say document from this folder to some other folder. So all these options are available. I can delete one document from the compilation. I can print the summaries. That is the only the gist part. I can print the entire documents at one go. So all those options are also available to you here, right here in the action icon button. Moving back to the dashboard, the My Libraries section, we have the first one that I show you over here is we browse curated topics. Now in browse curated topics, you will find that under the Constitution of India, you can see constitutional law, public law, corporate corporate and commercial law, intellectual property, and so many. Couple of them are in beige, so that means they are work in progress. Work is going on these two particular topics. Then followed by that, if I select any one of them, say like, let me choose, I think corporate and commercial law rather than the environment law, a little more appropriate for you. So under corporate and commercial law, you will find a lot of topics that our editorial has created on banking, on aviation, on cryptocurrency, insolvency and bankruptcy, competition law, company law, so many are there. So those will get populated over here in the first column, as you can see. And among those, let me just choose one on competition law. So let's say. So under that, you will find the statutory law, the rules, regulations, notifications, case laws, articles, and maybe bills, etc. It could be in different titles, different. You might find some deviation, maybe some more topics, or some one lesser, maybe. But here, what is the major difference between this created topics and the word search? In word search, if I type within double inverted commas competition law, it will also give me all the results. Like in all databases, I can search for statutory law, for case law, etc. There's a major difference. Here, it has been already curated by our editorial. So you will get very selected, pre-selected, hand-picked judgments, not the entire judgments. And as far as the statutory law is concerned, it will also give you only the principal act, that is the Competition Act. But not only that, but the other acts which have those sections which have a relation with competition law are also clubbed together at one place. So it saves your time. Information is not scattered. So Companies Act, Section 230, 410, Schedule 5, Followed by that, your Electricity Act 23, 60, 61, so on and so forth. Then your General Insurance, then your Insolvency and Bankruptcy, couple of them, Insurance Act, Motor Vehicles Act, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Prasar Bharati, RERA, TRI. So all are having some relation with the competition law. Same goes with the rules and regulations, whether it is Competition Commission of India or the Appellate Tribunal, notifications from various ministries, then case laws. As I told you, these are all handpicked, already shortlisted by our editorial, and according to them, the most important ones are only listed over here, maybe handful, 15, 20 max. And then when you click on any one of the titles, it will now display me the text of that particular judgment over here, as you can see. So everything is, pre-sorted, pre-shortlisted and curated and placed here for you. Then same way, if I want to search on the basis of a law report, maybe AIR, All India Cases, or any other journal. So it will be having an index year-wise, page, volume-wise, etc. So you can click and view the document. Same goes the case with browse judgments by courts, whether it's High Court, Supreme Court, or Tribunal. It will be again indexed in the form of first the year, then the month, then the date, and you can click on the one you want to see. Then browse acts and rules has the the central acts, the state acts, the Constitution of India, notifications, etc. But in central acts, what we have done is, as you can see, the main acts are put on first top half. The rest are put alphabetically A to Z in the bottom half, clubbed together. And if I select any of the bare act, let's say in this case, contract act, it will show me the bare act itself. Here, I can save the entire bare act. I can mail the entire bare act. I can print the entire bare act at one go. Now, when I read the bare act, you will see these blue colored highlighted couple of lines, like in this case, applicability. Then we move on further. It's showing me one on gift and void contract. This is again a commentary inserted by our editorial. Now, additional work done in the central acts. So under this section, under this topic, the most important judgment on, say, void contract is being, embedded over here. Shanti Vijay and Company versus Fatma Fawzia. There's a hyperlink. You can click and it will open that judgment in a new window. You read the relevant portion, close it, you're back to the original act. This has been higher throughout the entire central act. Offer, subs, show acceptance, offer and acceptance. Lines, these commentaries are also pulled out from the judgment itself, which are directly defining this particular topic, formation of contract by option. And at times you might also find more than one citation being cited under one topic in that section. So that is the editorial input again for you. Then we have articles from leading law review journals. So you have leading publishers like SCC as well as leading national law universities. So those can be read over here. Then you also have some essays and entire series of Tagore law lectures. Moving on to the next option, that is browse secondary material. Here you can have access to the bills in parliament introduced as well as passed in both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Then we have the constitutional documents, which comprises of the entire Constituent Assembly debate from volume 1 to 12. All of it is available. Then, of course, we have historical trials, policy documents of various government departments, ministries. Then followed by that, we have the reports of commissions and committees, as I told you, which includes the entire law commission reports, pre-independence, as well as the present ones, the current ones. So all that is in the secondary material. And browse treaties, bilateral, multilateral treaties that we have with the other countries. And now a recent one we have also incorporated is this browse legal and business news, which basically we have picked up from our micro blogging site, that is SCC Online blog. So select few you will find over here. It's again a click and view section. So we'll move on to the SCC Online blog and then show you there itself. Apart from that, these two segments that we have, I'll move on to the microblogging site. In the microblogging site, you will find the case briefs. These case briefs are from the Supreme Court Constitution Bench, Supreme Court of India, High Courts and tribunals also. So if I select one, say like Supreme Court, so what all we have placed over here is very much recent. So you can see that 25th, considering this is the first day of the week and the last on Friday that has been uploaded over here. So you can just simply click on the title and the before preparing the head notes, the editorial has done some initial work. So that all has been uploaded in the form of these latest case briefs. And you can see some highlighted lines also. These are actual lines from the judgment. And followed by that, you get to see the party name, the writ petition number, etc. So latest information available over here, experts corner from leading law firms on various topics of law. You can find over here editorial opinion is there, news related to law, whether it is the treaties, conventions, or events webinars, then legislation related, whether it is rules, regulations, notifications, or statutes, bill, ordinances. Then we have also law made easy section, easy to read articles are available over there. Simple language articles are available. No, the judge will give you the history of the judge. I mean, from his professional career beginning, whether he was an advocate or and then he became a senior advocate, and then finally the judge and whole landmark judgments he has given in his career as per his career. All that those details are there. So that is our SCC Online blog, which is a free portal where anybody can access this information. So all in all, this is what all we have in SCC Online, considering the time constraint. I'm now just closing this and opening the question and answer round. If you have any questions, you may please unmute and ask.
If anybody has any question, can go ahead with asking the question.
Hi Rajesh, we have
Yeah,
been
hi.
having troubles downloading the judgments.
Okay, so what kind of error or problem you're facing?
We can open the
Right.
judgment, but the moment we try to download it, we have tried checking the cookies and everything. It just doesn't download, and like 2, 3 people in the office are having this trouble.
May I know the what you are using, any proxy or server or maybe IP of your office where there could be you know what you call firewall, etc., which
No,
might be
no, usual Chrome.
no, Chrome is fine. Apart from that, whether you have that uh, the static IP over which you are using it, I presume, and you might be having some kind of firewall and protection,
Or
which could be
maybe it's just like a pop-up blocker which is enabled.
yeah.
I just wanted to
That.
ask to Miss Purva Kohli ma'am, whenever you copy any paragraph and it gets populated in a new window, does that
Hmm.
happen? Or are you able to copy the extract or not?
Yeah, we are able to copy the extract, and we've checked with the pop-ups also. So pop-ups is not an issue.
Okay.
I think it's
And I believe you have already changed the web browser as well for this problem.
Yeah.
apart from Chrome. Have you used maybe Microsoft Edge or some other alternate browser?
So I have used Internet Explorer, and my colleague has used Firefox.
Okay.
Okay,
And
and
on
all of the three is
both
giving
the
some.
browser, the problem is same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Pova, ma'am, I request you if you have any another ID through which you can sign in and try to check if the
We have
problem still
actually
persists.
checked that.
Hmm.
The trouble is the same.
Oh, okay, okay.
Maybe
I
Mohit,
think
what I'd suggest is maybe Purva can connect you offline and
Yeah,
this issue can be looked into.
yes,
Sure.
absolutely.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Right.
yes. We'll get it resolved.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not
So
Thank
an
for
issue.
Miss Purva, ma'am, I am leaving an email address in the chat box that is support@scconline.com, and this is a technical issue, and I believe our technical team will be handle it
Absolutely,
very. Yeah.
absolutely.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Any other question anyone has relating to research? I think Rajesh, we are good to go. And
Okay.
in case there is some question or any clarification required by the team, I think I would be diverting them to you for some
I think
clarification.
yeah,
Okay.
sure, Trupti, and we'll be leaving email, which is basically of our entire training department, that is learning at the rate scconline.com. Sometimes we are busy in, trainings, are not able to pick the call. In that
Mhm.
case, they can mail it to us, any of the participants, the person who is facing the problem. So you will get an immediate response since it's going to the department. And we also have another mode, that is our toll-free number. That also I am, mentioning over here, which is available from 9:30 in the morning till 7 in the evening, Monday to Saturday. So I think that has already been shared. So
Mhm.
participants can keep a note of that. And of course, my number, of course, is there. So keep in
Sure,
touch
sure.
anytime.
Rajesh, Bangalore office is also available. Please share my number
Yes.
also.
Yeah. Sure. Sanjib, I'm not remembering your number by heart as such
It's
right now.
nine
I'm so
seven.
sorry.
I am from Bangalore
Yeah.
office. My number is 97 380 25545. Nine seven
I
three
have
eight.
also Sanjib Chaudhary. He is the regional head over here in the south, and his number is also being shared with you.
Great, great. Thank you so much. I'll really
If there's any other problem, I can send my person to your office also, since you are in Bangalore. So that's not be a problem.
great. Great. Thank you so much, entire SCC team, for arranging this workshop, and this is quite helpful. We'll get back to you, Rajesh, in case any further query or anything is there.
Sure, definitely.
The
Trupti.
recording will be available
And
here in
as
this platform, right?
yes, I was coming to that only. I'll just share the recording also for people who, especially who have missed the session. For them, it will be helpful, of course.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rajesh,
Thank
have
you,
you
all the participants. Yeah.
where all the webinars are available through help? Have you
See
shown that?
the help part. Yes, I'm sure, because Trupti had considering he had told me that by 4:45 you should close and start the Q&A. So I was little, hurrying through the
Just,
help I have.
just like
I'll just
show
quickly
the
share.
help. Yeah.
I'll just quickly share.
I think you can drop those informations in the chat box. People can refer that.
It's right here, Trupti, as you can see over there. It's very simple.
Mhm.
Question mark. That's the help manual. Click on that and open in a new page. It will open from here. I can just see any answers are available, in the form of a query. I mean, there is a search query section, and where you can simply type that over there, and it will give you the display with an example. It was little slow in populating. So same way, if I type a webinar over here, so what it will do is it will give me some 7-8 titles over here. So if I select any one of those, say like in this case, advanced word search, there's a link available. If you click on that, it will take you to the YouTube channel of SCC Online, and this particular topic on advanced search, you will be able to view at your convenient time. So that is there. And of course, if you want to know more about near operator, I typed it, I selected it, and again followed by that, it's giving me the description. It's giving me an example of that. So this is also handy, which can be used at times you want more details on a particular topic.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So thank you. I
Thank
once
you.
again thank all for your time. Yeah. And now I'll just stop the recording,
Yeah.
and then I will also